Hi everyone, my name is Fatih. Welcome to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be learning about planning a shot for animation. It could be for a CG, 2D, or even a stop motion shot as well. So the principles are kind of the same, the workflow is the same. I just want to get into basically doing some rough sketches on a piece of paper, going like really old school. And this way, I'm hoping that the intention of this is to not spend time going into Maya in a CG software, moving all this puppet around, all these controllers. It takes a lot of time just to make one little pose. And if you don't have a clear idea of what you want, this is the way to go through it. You really want to get your ideas down, and it could just be done with simple like stickmen and very simple drawings. So for example, over here, for example, if you had a character walking, he or she could be doing this, there'll be a down pose. And the intention of this is to make sure that you get these ideas out of your head and you figure out really what it is you want for your character, for her, him, or it to do. So that way, when you do go into Maya, you don't spend a lot of time on a 3D software because it is very time consuming. That is, granted. That's how it is. So for example, I want to be a bit more flexible in today's demo. So what I thought of doing was just come onto here without an idea and I'll figure out the idea of what I want. Um, and yeah, we'll go from there onwards. So I'm going to be drawing on my iPad here, and then I'll put it onto my screen so you guys can see me talking and animating in the background as well. So let's just go, let's do this. Let's have our character, let's just say our character. We'll start with a human character rather than a bull. Actually, let's do that. That's a bit more simple. Let's say we have a bull with legs. There, he's standing and he's not doing anything. So he's there for the first part. And then he sees something over here. Let's do this. Let's use this as the point of where he's looking. And then we want him to look that way. He's distracted by something. So he turns around this way. And then whatever he sees, let's just say it's something that he wants. Um, what can we think of? It's going to sound super random, but let's say ice cream. I don't know why, but it'll be an amazing ice cream. This is super random. It's just to get this guy moving over here. So you would want your character. I'm assuming that this is pose A, this is pose B. So from these two, I would expect, oh, my character's standing there. So you're seeing me now act it out while I'm drawing it as well. Okay, my character's standing there. Huh? You'll have like a double take. So that I don't need to put in there, but it's something that I'll keep in mind. Maybe a double take. My writing is amazing, by the way. And we want to show that when he does look over where he's looking, that he or she gets excited. So we want a small anticipation. Well, big anticipation. Let's keep this one cartoony. No. So he goes down for the jump. So he can do something like this. He goes down and he springs back up. Whoa, I'm super excited. Let's get rid of some of these lines. So at this point, he has gone down because we want him to jump up just to feel that enthusiasm and excitement. He goes up. So first he goes down and then he goes up. This shows, he started off here, standing. He looks over, sees the ice cream. He goes down for an anticipation, which is 3, and then 4 is the jump up. And what we can have is, as he's coming down, he comes down for a run. So you know what? I'm going to do this screen a bit more like wide, just so we can get to him. Okay, and let's grab this. Whoops. Let's grab the ice cream. Let's put it all the way here because that's where he wants to go to. And then when he does come down, you want to make sure that you're bringing 1 foot downwards. That's reaching to the ground. That's how we work when we're running. There, so he's gone up. Cool. He's coming down. So I'm not only just putting the key poses of like the story, because if it was just a story, I would have pose 1 here, gets excited, then he's over here. So that the whole main of the key poses is character standing, sees the ice cream, excited, gets the ice cream. That's like the key golden poses. But I would, if I was you, especially in this 2D stage, I would just be super rough and be like, oh, no, does he come down with this leg? Oh, hold on. Does he come down with both legs? And then more like frog-like or how a quadruped would jump. Does he come down with both legs and does he do this? Or does he come down with one leg and then push off that one leg, you know, like this? So immediately in a couple seconds, you just saw me create this version, that version, or you can even go as far to say, when he does do these things, this is the third version. Look, I could really throw out ideas and just try things out really quickly. And immediately I'm seeing the results of my ideas. And yes, they're not amazing Picasso or, you know, Renaissance paintings, but it just helps you get your ideas out, which means you're going to be saving time as well. So, like the third version could be he stumbles and drops. Like, he could have something like this. He drops and then rolls off. And then he's like, like rolls over. And then his legs are like this. So, this is basically to just help you get your ideas across. Cool. And so, after he does that, I would like to have it down for this left foot. This foot would be a passing pose around here, and this foot pushes off there. And then maybe when he goes, like he gets around here, he's running, but he hasn't gained momentum yet. Around this part where he really picks up pace, maybe he could have a big jump because that's part of the there we go. And then he's about to land as well. He's coming down. So this is our highest pose there, guys. When we're running and we pick up pace, we're kind of like in mid-air at some point. I'm looking at myself, but like the camera's there. Um, yeah. So at this point, he's about to land. And again, I'm doing this like freestyling this just to see like what you guys can see my thought process and you guys can take some like little nuggets from this and say, oh, like I don't have to have it planned out all on the first go. And I don't have to remember this as well when you're animating, especially your own shots. When you're animating in a studio, you're kind of restricted to what you have to animate, like characters here, character has to be there, character can maybe do a few things in between. But when it's your own shot, when you're doing your own personal shot for your demo reel or for a school or whatever it is, you got room to explore and experiment. And like even if you really like your first idea of what you want your character to do or how to do it, I would just say like push yourself in trying to explore some other ideas. Maybe you might still go back to the first one, but the extra stuff that you tried out might spark a bit more of what's the word? It might spark some more imagination and like some more clues to, oh, hold on a minute. I do want to do my first idea, but I could just tweak it in a way where it's slightly different. So yeah, this leg goes there. And then when he does come around here, let's just say when he lands, he's going so fast that, again, I don't want him to just get over here and get to the ice cream straight away. Let's say when he does land, whoops, that he's going so fast that he goes beyond the ice cream. So let me just stretch out this screen. Cool. It's a bit like Sylvester and Tweety from Looney Tunes or like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner kind of thinking. And let's just put maybe like a little dust trail. It's not the best, but again, this is just for like seeing the ideas. And then that same character can be over here. Maybe like when he does land, the force pushes him up so much that the leg goes even higher around here. Let's see. And I would expect with this leg going up, this part of the body's going down even further. So you know what? I could just copy this bit rather than redrawing the same thing. Just grab this guy, And all I'm going to do is I'm going to push things around a little bit. So feet's there. Whoops. Let's get this. Push there, rotate up like that. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit more. Yeah. And then get this bit, rotate, push that up a bit more. Cool. And yeah, so you can see like I'm I'm still considering what's happening with the body. Yes, we're in this position, but because of the weight pushing that way, I've done that line so many times. I'm still feel I want to feel the hips or like the body pushing down onto this leg. It's getting more cranked, like I'm feeling the weight a bit more there. And this leg is still continuing its trajectory going that way. And it goes there. And finally around here, he just goes, he just goes clamp, goes back down. So around here, I would probably have something like this. He lands. So there you go, guys. Like very, very quickly in like just about 10 minutes, 10, 9 minutes, whatever it may be. I've gone from my character standing to, whoa, he turns around, surprised. He does an anticipation, goes up and down, whoosh, super happy. If I was to go one step ahead, maybe I might have something like this. Like when characters scramble to run off. I might have something like this after this part where he jumps up and goes, whoa, goes ahead. And he's coming down. There's a down pose here. He's starting to go up. This is the midway pose when we're in midair, starting to go back down. But at this point, he's kind of like gotten a bit too close to the ice cream. He tries to hit the brakes, but you can see the momentum is still pushing him that way. He comes to an almost full stop. Bang. He stops there. And that's kind of just like very quickly in 10 minutes, I have like my whole scene set up. And not just like the key poses, I've got a lot of breakdowns to help me define what's happening in my scene. And this is a super powerful, very helpful, quick way of, okay, now I know what I want. I can go act this out. And when I'm acting this out, I can try variations around here, like especially in the early stages where, oh, I'm standing, I turn around, whoa, like I can put variations in that excitement to seeing this ice cream or whatever it is. And even around here, like this kind of stuff is quite cartoony that's happening around there. But yeah, you would want to use your reference as a second stage for your thumbnailing. But sometimes, something depending on the shot you're doing, you might need to go straight into referencing. But I just wanted to show you guys the power of just doing some basic sketches to get your ideas down. So I just spent 10 minutes. I got this down. If I spend another 10 minutes, I'll get other variations of this down as well. So yeah, I yeah, guys, I hope this was really helpful. I use it depending on the shots I'm doing. If it's a cartoony shot, if I want some explorations. However, try to incorporate this into your next small assignment or personal shot that you're doing. Let me know how it goes in the comments. If you found it useful, if it's saved you time. And like I said, it does not have to be these amazing kind of Picasso drawings. It basically has to be some very small, like simple sketches. So yeah, cool. All right, guys. Please like the video if you can. That does really help me. And subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. But besides that, I'll see you guys on the next video. And yeah, drop a comment in the comment section based on maybe stuff that you didn't like, maybe, I don't know. And maybe stuff that you want to see in the future as well. So yeah, thank you. See you guys next time.